we have hit the 500 member target. G'day everybody, Sam Marwood here from Cultivate Farms, and welcome to episode 64 of Cultivate Farms TV. I've missed a couple of weeks, and no doubt you guys were at home was wondering where I was. I apologise. It's been a hectic month, but we're dedicated to these updates and we'll keep them going. Welcome to a lot of our new followers. We've got a lot of followers on social media over the last month or so, and the purpose of what these updates are is just to give you a raw update on everything we're doing to make it possible for you to own a farm, or if you're a retiring farmer to step back, or if you've got some money in the bank and you're looking to invest in something awesome, we can connect you with aspiring farmers to own a farm with them. So let's get cracking. Here's what I'll talk about today. I'll give a quick update of what's happened in the last week or so. We're talking about a monthly webinar for premium members. Farmer Friday frothing is happening again in Kyneton, Victoria. Building relationships with investors. What sort of aspiring farmer should you be? Have you been watching a long time but haven't reached out to say g'day? We've got a couple of farms, an outdoor piggery in New South Wales and a cherry orchard in New South Wales, and we're up to 21 farms available online for you to have a crack at. So that's what we'll go through right now. Let's get cracking. We have hit the 500 member target, which is amazing. 500 people signed up as either premium or free members on our website. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. 500 awesome people from across the country who all want to own a farm have signed up, and we're really excited. We want to keep growing that number. We want to get every one of those farmers onto their own farm. It is absolutely possible, and the best way, or one way, for you to make that farm ownership dream a reality is to sign up as a member. I say it every week, but we really do encourage you to do that because there's lots of cool opportunities coming. I'm going to talk about that, especially with investors. So if you haven't signed up, if you haven't got your details on there, we don't know that you exist, and therefore we can't send you opportunities. So please sign up. There's lots of other benefits as well with signing up. So check out the website, sign up, help us to help you get onto your farm. So a summary of what's been happening this week. We are talking to state government advisors in the agricultural sector, people quite high up in government, which is very exciting. We're sending through lists of ideas that we have to rejuvenate regional communities and get young people onto the land. They are really excited with what we're thinking. We want to partner with government. We want to partner with anyone who wants to support next-gen farmers onto the land. And some doors are opening there, so I'll keep you updated with how that's happening. We're also talking to state-based farming organisations as well. Everyone's got that same desire. They want to get young people onto farms. They're looking for options. We've got heaps of solutions, and we just want to work with organisations who get it and can help us open doors to farmers across the country to show them these new ways, these new exciting ways to get people onto farms. Aspiring farmers, we're talking with a stack of premium members who are signing up, and also renewing members, which is awesome. And we're going through farm ownership plan with each of those members. We sit down, talk on the phone, work through specific options. I get pumped up every time I have one of these conversations. I'm excited with the quality of people that want to be farmers and the passion and energy they've got. And all we're doing is pointing a few directions to keep their passion going and make it even more possible for them to own a farm. Retiring farmers are reaching out to us more and more. They say they've been following and hearing what we're doing, and they're taking the big step to reach out, which is amazing. So we're talking to more retiring farmers and investors. This is very exciting. I've got a longer update a bit coming up, but investors are reaching out. People are realising that they've got some money in the bank and they have this dream to own a farm, and we're saying follow it, and we'll match you with aspiring farmers who you can own a farm with. You don't have to be a farm expert. You don't have to have invested into a farm before. This is just about matching you with people who can make that dream a reality, and we're pumped by that. And then Freeland Pork, our first farm, was matched with an aspiring farmer and an investor. We're continually heading up to Kyabram to catch up with Claire and Mark Coates. We had a photo shoot during the week for another newspaper, and just talking, and we sat for a couple of hours talking to the journalist about how this all came about. So this is going to be our first, media promotion of how this pathway, farm ownership pathway, happened with Claire and Mark Coates over the last 6 months, which is just super awesome, and a method we're going to copy and paste and replicate all over the country So please get inspired that you can own a farm. It's possible, and watch out for that article. I'll be plugging it, no doubt. Monthly webinars for premium members. So we're finding ways to give even more value to you as aspiring farmers, and especially people who are as premium members and who really want to go for their farm ownership. So every month, the last Wednesday of every month, we're going to have between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time a webinar where I'll be talking with a bunch of aspiring farmers about specific farm opportunities, unpacking your situation, talking amongst each other, giving ideas about how you can make your farm ownership dreams a reality. Really intimate. We'll be giving lots of juicy details around Cultivate Farms and all the opportunities that are popping up. We'll be unpacking specific opportunities. People will be putting them on the table, and you can work through scenarios just for you with the support of other like-minded people, which we think is the real benefit here. Is we want to make sure you're hanging out with the right people who get what you're trying to do, who are just as excited to follow their farm ownership dreams. You need to gather those people around you. This is a great opportunity for you to connect with those people. And kick around your specific opportunity, or just sit back and listen. Either way, we think this is a great way to connect people from all over the country to talk about the farm ownership pathway. So it's just open to premium members, another incentive to sign up. So please check that out. I'll add a link to this very soon. We're about to promote it, but you are hearing it here first. Farmer Friday Frothy. So I live in Kyneton, Victoria, central Victoria, and happen to live in the same town as Melissa Connors, who runs this farm and is a farmer. And we both have, I guess our entities have the same vision of rejuvenating regional communities through farming. And so every last Friday of every month now, we're having a gathering at the local pub to just talk, to get people around and have a discussion about farm ownership and how to run a farm better. Aspiring farmers, retiring farmers, investors, anyone in the ag industry. Last month we held our first one and it was a lot of fun. It's I'm finding that having face-to-face discussions around your specific opportunity is just so valuable. And I spoke to a few aspiring farmers on that night, and we just sat down, or actually we were standing up and gas bagging for a long time, but just work through their specific situation, opportunities that are ahead, their relationships with their family. Some had family on farms already, and just working through their specific opportunities. And every one of them walked away really positive and had some ideas on how they could take that next step to own their farm. And I guess that's the power of this, is that not only will we work through opportunities with you, but you'll be working and talking to people who could find opportunities for you. There's even a retiring farmer there who is desperate to find an aspiring farmer and just knows that they've got an awesome farm and they just want some help and they just want to match with someone amazing. So encourage you, if you're around the Central Victorian region, please check out the Farmer Friday Frothy. We want this to be a bit of an institution over time, and we'd love to replicate this across the country, where we have lots of people gathering to talk farm ownership. What else would you want to talk about? Building relationships with aspiring farmers and investors. This is very, very exciting. I know I say exciting a lot, but this is really exciting. We have always been talking about, and we've been doing it, matching aspiring farmers with investors, but it's really starting to ramp up. So we've been in discussions with 2 investors focused in New South Wales who want to own their own farm. They don't know, or one of them doesn't know how to run a farm themselves, the other does, but either way they can't run it on their own. And their intent is not to do that. They want to back an aspiring farmer, a very clever farming family, to own that farm with them. And so I'm going to outline the steps that we're going through with these investors. And as I'm talking, get inspired that you can be matched with these investors who are not just people who want to make lots of money off you. They want to work with you. They want to build a legacy together. That's what we want, and that's what you want, and these opportunities that we're just getting started with Cultivate Farms. Also, if you're not signed up as a member, we can't tell you about these opportunities. We are headhunting, or these investors have headhunted, based on our database, farmers that they want to talk to. That's how these 2 are operating, which is awesome. But if you're not on the database, you're not going to be contacted, so please sign up as a member. So the steps from here are all focused on building relationship. That is what we're about, matchmaking, and that's what these investor relationships are about. So here's how it works. So if the investor, we sit down with the investor and work through their investment requirements, what they want to invest in, where, how big, and how much money they've got, and the type of farming, and they write that in an investment template. We then use that to hit up aspiring farmers across the country. So either there's two methods: we just put a general call out across the country or into a specific location, in this case New South Wales, or the investors, we filter our database and find the farmers that match up with their farming criteria for the investors and also the farming location. And then we'll send those names to these aspiring farmers, and they flick through and decide which ones they'd like to reach out to. And that's what's happened with this one of the investors at the moment. We've sent an email to half a dozen aspiring farmers, and I can imagine what it's like getting that email as an aspiring farmer saying, hey, there is money on the table and you could be the one that is backed with an investor to own a farm. That is really, really great. So that's what's been happening. We've now got a couple of farmers have responded, and this is the step, is that you respond with a pitch, like we do for all the retiring farmer opportunities, around why you should be picked as someone to be matched on this farm, or matched with this investor to go find a farm together. Right now that investor is reviewing those investment pitches or those farm pitches from those aspiring farmers, and the aim is at the end of this month they'll be catching up face to face for a coffee to meet as many of those aspiring farmers as they can to figure out which ones they want to move ahead with. They'll pick one, maybe two aspiring farmers out of that list, and after they met them a couple of times to go, yeah, I think we match, our values align, we want to farm the same ways, we just get along, and then a match happens, and that's when the aspiring farmer and investor go off and start farm hunting together. Now you'll figure out your finances, you'll figure out how it's all going to work, get all that sorted so you have the complete confidence to go out and find a farm. So if something does pop up for sale and you've got 30 days to buy it, you absolutely have the ability to get it if it meets your criteria. I guess that's the crux of all this, is that we've been thinking about how do you match an investor with an aspiring farmer when sometimes farms get sold really quickly. And in fact, most of the time that happens. But if you've got this relationship with this investor and aspiring farmer, you've got all the legal stuff sorted out, you've got the finances sorted out, and now it's just up to you to find the farms that meet your criteria, and off you go. That is why I'm pumped about this, and that is why you need to keep supporting us to find more opportunities like this, and we get more case studies, and we can get more and more people ready to back you onto your farm as well. What sort of aspiring farmer should you be? This I want to talk about because I spoke to an aspiring farmer during the week, and it really inspired me. They felt a little bit hopeless in their situation, but to me it was just really, really inspiring. And I know to investors and in retiring farmers, their story is what they're after. So this farmer is leasing land in New South Wales, and they're going through the drought at the moment. It's really tough, and they've been able to get the capital together to get the operations going. It's a cropping sheep operation, and it's really tough right now. It's tough for most farmers across the country during this drought. But for this aspiring farmer, especially so, given that they're putting so much capital into something that they don't even have long-term tenure on, and I guess they were feeling a bit downhearted, heartened, and that potentially this opportunity they could fail. That this lease could end, they can't pay the lease anymore, they make a loss out of this whole operation, and yes, that in and of itself is really full on and be a hard thing to go through. But as he was talking, I just thought, this is the type of farmer that we want to back with Cultivate Farms, an aspiring farmer who has found a lease, who has found some money somehow to get cracking on that lease with a cropping operation, which we know is so expensive, and he's probably going to get through this drought. Talk about initiative and drive and passion, and they are the things that an investor or an aspiring farmer are going to be wanting to know that you have if they're going to trust you with their land or trust you with their money. They want to know that you're going to get up every day. They want to know that you've been battling on your own, out on a farm, against all odds to try and make a go of farming. Imagine if that farmer is given the opportunity of a land of extra investment, how far they can take that. So that's the story I want people to think about, is like, what are you doing with the limited resources that you have, maybe the limited time you have, to demonstrate you are worthy of working with a retiring farmer or investor, that you are going to treat their money well, that you're going to treat their land well, that you have the drive to get up every morning. What are you doing to prove that you have that? I guess is the message from this conversation. I was really, really inspired by this farmer, and there's lots of you out there doing the same thing, I know it, and Tim and Tegan Hicks are doing the same thing. They're slugging out every day, but they've got that bigger vision that this is about creating a story around your journey, around why you're fighting hard to make it possible to own your farm. You know these years are tough, you know leasing's tough, you know working as a farmhand is tough, or whatever it is you're doing to demonstrate it. It's tough, but you need to go through these hard work, these hard times to demonstrate that you really want it and that someone will trust you with an amazing opportunity, which is farm ownership and working with these people who can open those doors for you. So that, anyway, I was just really inspired by that, and I just want to reflect on it with you. I'd love to hear your stories as well. And I know there's lots of you out there doing that already, so keep at it. Just keep going, because this is about you telling your story to open doors, to get onto your farm. We have an outdoor piggery in New South Wales ready for you to take on. The retiring farmers, they would love to stay on, but they're running out of energy. They will stay on and be mentors, or they're happy to step away depending on the opportunity. But there's a great outdoor piggery / sheep operation in Temora, New South Wales, sitting right on our database right now for you to click on under the Farms tab. And you could be owning this farm. So we encourage anyone who's into pigs, into sheep, into awesome farming, please reach out. I'm trying to see if there's any more details, but all the details are on the website. It's a really strong operation already. They've already got lots of markets, so it's a fully operating business. It's just they're running out of capacity to run it themselves. Please check it out. If it's not for you, please share it online. Let's get some awesome people onto this farm and see it go to the next level. There is also a cherry orchard in Wellington, New South Wales. This is a very pretty farm. It looks amazing from the photos. And the retiring farmer is genuine about backing an aspiring farmer. They just want to find a gun that they can work with. They'll do vendor finance. They're open to any option depending on your situation. Again, they're just after the best farmer. They're looking for an energetic young farming family with a passion for horticulture and living in rural life. Stack of information on this one on the website. Please check it out under the Farms tab. The link is there. We have 21 farms on our website sitting there with the retiring farmers behind them wanting to meet you, wanting to hand their farm over to you. I don't know what else we can do but to offer these amazing opportunities. So please get onto the website. There's a few more there. There's a new leasing arrangement even. We're getting into that. We're in a cattle leasing. Just to clarify that one, mushrooms, farms in Tassie, farms all over the country. Please check it out. Please spread the word. Let people know what we're doing. We can only make this succeed, and we are only making this succeed because you are telling people about us. You're sharing what we're doing. You're signing up as members. Just keep at it. We are going to make a big difference, and lots of opportunities are on their way. We just need you to help us to help you onto your farm. Please reach out. I'm pumped, as always. Life is good. Follow your dreams, gang. You can own a farm, and we will speak soon.